designed to create that book, but you don't want to make the same mistakes that so many other entrepreneurs before you have made. Well, in this video here, my friend, I'm going to share with you the 3 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make with their book and show you how to avoid these and give you the alternative so you don't make the same mistake that so many others before you have made with their book. What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Harold, the marketing Superman. And if you've been following me for the last several days, you know I've been really diving into this topic of why every entrepreneur should have a book, right? And on my last live stream, I actually shared with you all why it's so imperative and so important that you create a book. And I gave you 7 reasons why you need to do so. If you missed that, go back and watch that live stream. I did it yesterday. But now I want to share with you really quickly, because now you see why you should create a book. But let me share the biggest mistakes that I see so many people making. And I don't want you going down that same path. You know, every day on my social media, especially like on Facebook, especially on Facebook, every now and then on LinkedIn and Instagram. But I see people posting about, you know, they got a book. And it takes me like 5 seconds to already see the major mistakes they've already made, right? And so I want to share with you what these are so you don't go down the same path, because one of the biggest mistakes people make, mistake number one people make, get ready, is, and this is like the biggest. Oh, they all of them are big, but this is like one that I see all the time. Okay, is they write a book about themselves. They write a book about themselves. I remember going to some different events. You know, your different events, and people, they get tables and they have their books and everything like this. And I remember going to a couple different events. I remember going to one event in particular. Young lady had a really nice setup. You know, she had the banners all set up and everything like that, and had her books out. And so I went over to her table, right? And I just inquired about what her book was about. And she said, it's about my life story. I was like, oh, okay. Well, God bless you, right? Now, why? I wasn't being rude, right? Here's the deal. No one cares about your life. People love to talk about themselves, but not when it comes to business. Not when it comes to business. See, your audience is not thinking about you. For example, you guys are watching this right now on social media. Some of your YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, right? You don't really care about me, right? You don't really, I mean, you know, I'm cool and I'm awesome, all that good stuff, right? But you don't really care about me per se. But what you really care about is who? The person you see in the mirror every day, you. So when I see people writing these autobiographies about themselves and telling their life stories because they're trying to inspire others, I get it, right? You want to share your life story on how, you know, you was down and out, you know, and you overcame, and that's cool. But nobody cares about your life story. They care about their own life story. People are thinking about themselves. The only time you should ever write an autobiography or something about yourself, the only time is if you're already famous. Famous folks can do that, right? Say someone got fame in one particular area, then they probably write a book about their life, and it will sell. Why? Because they're already famous. But if you're not already famous, you're going to be wasting time and money writing a book about yourselves, because people don't care. All right, and the faster, see, I had to swallow that big old pill many years ago because I got my feelings in the way. And I was like, people want to know about me. But then I realized that, guess what? I'm not going to buy my own stuff. And you're not going to buy your own stuff. So don't make that mistake in creating a book about yourself. If you're going to create a book, it needs to be about your audience, right? And I teach you how to do all this kind of stuff as well, and literally in 2 days, in one weekend, right? So if you're going to do that, create it about your audience. That's how you get their attention. That's how you get them to tune in to what you're saying. That's how you actually start to sell your book and make money from your book. More, and it should be in the book funnel, by the way. But that's how you begin to make money and make sales and make more impact. No one cares about your story. So don't make that huge mistake that so many people, I saw someone posted on Facebook the other day, and I was like, bless her heart. Bless her heart. And you know, unfortunately, a lot of folks print all these books out and they're stuck sitting in their garage because nobody cares about your story. All right. Mistake number two. Mistake number two is placing it on Amazon. People are like, first, how am I supposed to sell it? If I don't put it on Amazon. Here's the deal. When you put your book on Amazon, number one, you lose control. Number two, they split the commissions. It's like a 60-40 split, or they may change it to 50-50. And number three, when you sell a book on Amazon, ask me how I know. When you sell a book on Amazon, you have no idea who bought your book. Why? Because they don't tell you. See, if you're a coach, a consultant, a course creator, an expert right now in your business, you need buyers. So when someone buys something of yours, you need to know who bought it. Why? That way you can follow up with them to see if they'd be interested in buying something else. But when it's on Amazon, I see folks put, I hit Amazon bestseller list. I hit Amazon, but you don't even know who bought your book. Plus, they taking more than almost half. They're taking at least 40% of what you got paid. And guess who? Guess who knows who purchased your book? Take a wild guess who knows who purchased your book. Amazon. And guess what Amazon's going to do with that information for someone who bought your book on Amazon? They're going to pitch them other books to buy. Why? Because Amazon is in business for Amazon. So don't make that mistake in putting your book on Amazon and all of a sudden now you think you're going to arrive. No, that's what the amateurs do. All right. So don't put it on Amazon. Here's the deal. Don't put it on Amazon only. All right. Like my best-selling book, Kingdom Affirmations, you see behind me right now. It's on Amazon, but it's in my book funnel. And if you go see the two, they're a lot different. I'm not going to dive into this strategy right now, but I will teach. I do teach this kind of stuff. I got an upcoming Zoom session actually today. Matter of fact, if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, and expert, and you want to create your book that brings you buyers to your business, you want to create a book that brings you buyers to your business, and you want to create this book not in 6 months, not in 1 year, not in 2 years or 3 years, like most people do. Take that long to put together a book. If you want to do this in one single weekend, I'm putting together a Zoom today, a live Zoom masterclass today, going over this and sharing with you how you can do this. If you want to attend this Zoom, and to attend the Zoom is no charge, but attend the 2-day virtual event. Why should I do this? There's a fee for that, but you got to attend the Zoom first to get that information. All right. Put in the comments book right now. Put book in the comments right now, or send me a DM wherever you're watching this right now. Put in the comments book, or send me a DM that says book, and I will send the information. We're going live on Zoom today. All right. We're going live on Zoom today. All right. Mistake number three. Selling the book instead of selling your business. A big mistake so many people make is making that book your all in all. It's like all your effort, all your thoughts, everything you're doing is about selling that book, selling that $10 book, selling that $15 book, selling that $20 book. And that's a huge mistake. Why? Well, do the math. Let's just say you want to generate $100,000 minimum a year in your business. Well, how many books you going to have to sell? Well, let's pull out the calculator. If you wanted to earn at least $100,000 a year in your business, and let's say your book is $15, right? Let's say it's $15. You have to sell 6,667 books a year. Are you aware that the average author only earns $1,000 on their book? You know how so many folks who've authored books and published books got a garage full of books? The average author only earns $1,000 in book sales. So what's $1,000? Let's say 1,000 divided by 10. That's like 100 book sales. And about half of those are from family and friends who bought it just so you wouldn't harass them anymore. But they're never going to read it because they don't really care about what you're talking about. So your focus should never be just on selling that book. It should be on selling your business, which is your main offer. See, that's what I teach my clients to do. I teach my clients to create a book for your ideal audience so that way you can get buyers right now. And guess what? We introduce them to your main offer, and they're already interested in your main offer because we created your book around that. So your focus should never be just on front end, trying to sell a book. This should just be the access door. This should just be the entry into your world. If this your entry into your world and your end all be all, you don't have a business. You don't have a business because it's too freaking hard for you to sell 6,667 books a year just to do $100,000 in revenue. But if you sold this and you focus on your back end, guess what? That's where you generate your real income. So a huge mistake that so many entrepreneurs make is putting their all in all on focus on selling this book instead of selling your business, instead of selling your main offer. And that because that's where the real money is generated. Is this making sense? Yes. Let me know if this making sense. Type yes in the chat. Type yes, this makes sense, Chris. Let me know. All right. And you know what? I got a bonus one for you. I'm going to over deliver. I know I told you the three, because those are three, right? Those are the three. And just to do a quick recap, those three biggest mistakes. Mistake number one is what? Writing about yourself. Writing about themselves. Mistake number two is what? Placing it on Amazon. And mistake number three is what? Selling the book instead of selling your business. Now, I got a bonus one for you too. This is a good one. All right. Bonus. I always want to over deliver. Here's a bonus one for you. Bonus one is taking months and years to actually write it. Now that might have blown your mind. You're like, well, Chris, how am I supposed to put it together then? The average author takes about 9 months to 2 years. I know folks taking 3 years to create a book. That's a huge mistake. Taking months and years to actually write it. Why? Because time is your most precious asset. And the more time you are taking to write a book, there's less time you have to sell your book, to sell your business, to sell your main offer. That's a huge mistake. Go and hire these writing coaches and they say, yep, you'll have your book done in a year. Really? Here's the deal. You can create a book that actually sells, a book that actually brings you buyers, a book that actually brings you clients for your business in one single weekend, and a really freaking good one. I ain't talking about putting a piece of junk together. And you can do this even without artificial intelligence. Want to know how? You want to know how? Okay. Join me on Zoom today. I'm going to show you how you can create a book that brings you buyers and clients for your business in one single weekend. And this will be a phenomenal book that you can sell over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And the beautiful thing about it, it brings you buyers that convert into clients for your coaching, consulting, course creation, expert leadership business. So if you want to discover that, hop on Zoom with me today. Put the word books in the comments right now, or DM me the word book, and we will send you the link to join me on Zoom. And then I'm gonna give you, then you'll see how we can do this, and then you can invite me, and I'm gonna show you how to do this in one single weekend. You can literally change everything in your business in one single weekend. Ask me how I know. You realize my book here, Kingdom Affirmations, this book generates more revenue than 99% of all authors in the entire world. And I don't have a publishing deal. This book has generated more revenue than 99% of all authors in the world. Want to know how? Join me on Zoom, my friend. The only thing that's holding you back is what you don't know. So those are the 3 plus 1 mistakes, biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make with their book. Let me know which one of those you found most valuable. Hey, maybe you have a book already. Maybe like, dang, Chris, you done bust my bubble. What good? I'm here to help. Sometimes you got to have our bubbles burst for the greater good. And if you got a book right now, show up too. Show up too, because you're going to learn a lot. All right, show up too. All right, my friends. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Put in the comments the word book. If you want to attend a masterclass to find out how you can create a book that brings you buyers and clients for your business in one single weekend. And remember this, my friend, put God first in all that you do, and you too shall succeed. Peace and God bless.